How I lit my talking head video setup. Hey friends, welcome back. I got a lot of feedback from the last video and friends reached out to ask, how did you get or to achieve your lighting setup? So I'm doing a quick breakdown of how I achieved the lighting setup, and this can work for you as well. It's beginner friendly and you can do this even if you've got very little gear. Let's dive in. Why lighting matters? Well, good lighting makes your video pop. That's the only way I can say it. It's an extra layer of brilliance over everything that you're already doing to make your video awesome. You're trying to give content, you're delivering a message, you're selling a product. You want to come out looking polished, or at least looking like you made an effort. And that's where lighting comes in. Again, the most powerful source of light around you is sunlight, and that's available in abundance depending on what part of the world you live in. But sunlight also could be overpowering because sunlight just makes everything else feel subservient. And so if you want to shoot light with kind of ambience behind me, extra lighting, you have to make sure you have blackout curtains, or at least some material that blacks out every light source that has, the sun in it, like your windows. The safest way to do this is just use cloths over your windows, tape anything around it, and make sure it's shot. Now, you'll understand this as we dive in, but a little more on that later. Natural light is the best way, and to light yourself, you need to make sure that your face is well lit. I would suggest that if you're shooting in a room where there is a window and you want to take advantage of sunlight, you shoot facing that light source, and that whatever you're shooting on your camera or your phone is backing the light source. So if this is the window, I should sit facing the window so that my face is exposed, and then the camera or the phone should be backing the window so that it's focused on me. I'm well lit. You can see all areas of my face, and that way, that's less distracting. Another thing you should bear about is the walls behind you. White walls are the worst. I'm sorry, that's my opinion. Now, it depends on the kind of content you want to show. If you have bright walls and you've got the kind of look and image to go with it, great. But I don't trust my white walls because there's just a lot going on under the white walls. You can see stains from very, very, very close or very far away. So I want to make sure that when I'm doing this, it's pristine. So I use other light sources to wash that. So the wall behind me is not actually this color, it's white. You'll see that in the behind the scenes. Okay, the next thing we want to look at is the fill light. So we're going to look at light in the three sources. The main light, which is the light on my face, the fill light, which is practical lighting in the room, like the light you've seen, and the accent light or backlight, which is the lights that you can see, which is optional sometimes. People talk about 3-point lighting, but if you don't have 3 light sources, get the one. The main key light I'm using is the Godox SL60W. I'll link that in the link below. And I'm using that over a softbox by Ambitful. I think it's the P60 Ambitful. I'll link them below. And they just offer this kind of soft glow on my face where a part of my face, or at least 2/3 of my face, is well lit. And maybe a section is, just in the shade. Now it's a 45-degree angle, slightly away from me. And the soft light makes sure that the light isn't too harsh or exposing all the cracks on my face. And yes, I'm not that young, but you can see that kind of gives you a sort of similar soft glow, mimicking soft sunlight. And then I also darken my room so there's no light source from outside. It's daylight outside, but the lights cannot get in because I've darkened it in some way. And I prefer to shoot at night anyway. The house is quiet, the kids are in bed, and I can do my own thing with no interruptions. But we're talking about lighting, so let's get to it. Lighting, the background is also lit by 2 light sources, which you can't really see now, but I'll show you in the B-roll, which offer this sort of contrasting lights. Now in the previous video, I used one kind of light, which was the same color, and you can dial these RGB lights into any shade of color that you want. What they're doing is washing the background and kind of giving me some kind of separation. I'm missing 2 lights. I could add 2 more lights, or at least one other light here to kind of remove the shadows on my face a little bit, or another light to kind of like a hairline light to take away or separate me from the background. Just focus on the back of my head and just give me a little bit more removal of the silhouette or shades that hide me. Anyway, enough of that. I'm ranting, but you hopefully get it. Now, this is a bonus tip. Yeah, there's some quick hacks that you can do. If you don't have lights, use a window. I said before, always check your background. This one always catches me out. Check your background for stuff that you don't want to be there, because you've shot a 2-hour video, 1-hour video, and then you find out in post-production, when you're editing, somebody left a kid's toy in there and you're talking about project management stuff, it doesn't work. Or someone left something there that's just like, no, that doesn't belong there. So it's a lived in space. I'm sorry. So that's what happens. You always have to check, always have to clean, and the kids don't like it. It's like dad keeps going on about it, but that's what we have to do as creators, unfortunately. Experiment with colors, use warm tones in the background, colors that sort of lighten your face. Just experiment. It takes time to get the right settings for yourself. And lastly, I should say that your camera settings also need to match. If you're overexposed, and this is not a camera video, but cameras kind of delve into lighting. um, Modern phones, modern smartphones have a way of naturally adjusting for light exposure, which is really good. So even if you don't have a big setup, like a regular camera can interpret what it's seeing and give you the best outcome. But if you're using a DSLR or some other kind of camera, like you need to go in and tweak the settings. That would be another video, a whole nother video. Let me know in the comments if you would like something about DSLR settings or any settings for smartphones. And as we round off, this is the last thing, a simple breakdown of my talking head video. Nothing fancy, just one key light and doing this background lighting. That's all I'm doing. So if you missed anything, just two things to take away with you. One key light, a clear background, and the light that's lights in the background to do something different. I hope this was useful in some way or the other. Let me know if anything I've missed, and I'll speak to you again. Bye-bye.